shit, put it back over me and tucked into it like a burrito roll myself.
Yeah, that's me for sure. Like you ain't go get it this
bitch, you want to take it this time, right?
You got to pull hard. Yeah.
Welcome back, goddammit, in the building. Another episode of More to Discuss. I'm your host, NunFlyyer, here with my daughter and beautiful co-host, the Toes.
You already know what is up, my peep. Oh my God, I missed you.
Yeah, we in this bitch, back in this bitch one time.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yep, all of that.
Sorry, it was an emotional moment.
Oh man, yeah, it feels good to be back in the space, man. We in this joint. I've been on some side quests. Low key, getting it in with my boy Doc Holla, aka Mr. Freeze, the villainous one. You know, we still gonna be on that shit. Yep, she been on some side quests too.
Have been, taking it on Ike style, and I do not appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Hey, you got to get it in how you got to get it in, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn. Knowledge is the key around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Get it in now so you can let it go later. You know
if y'all hear all that, when I do apologize, the writer came in, but I'm in the fall in Georgia. So how it get down.
Hey, it's what it is when you live, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey man, we got a crazy show. We got a whole bunch of shit that happened since we've been in this space, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole new president now. How that work?
Wow, like we leave and then some shit happened. I think if we would have kept rolling, maybe some shit wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we probably could have staved some shit off.
You know what I'm saying? Like is it our fault? Like
it might be. I might have to take responsibility for that.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
Yeah, it hasn't, because you're a fucking felon. Let's talk about it. So,
hey, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, because I was... Okay, I had to get that out first. Second, because I don't want to go too hard. I had to get a little bit of it out first. Donald Joker Trump. Okay, Donald the Joke Trump. Let's talk about it. I feel like America is nothing but an experiment, and he is a big part of that experiment. I feel like he signed a contract years ago and told them folks, so some type of soul, some type of something. Maybe it was his firstborn. Who knows? Did something. Got a contract to where he got designated 8 years for sure. Whether he did 4, break 4, or, however that went, he signed a contract for 8. Because here's why I know that has to be the situation. He is a felon. Growing up, when I was in school, the main requirements to become a president, literally, you have to be over a certain age, nigga. You cannot have no criminal background, and you definitely, for sure, 100 million thousand chances cannot be no mother effing felon. Okay, there's no chance, and you a felon, you think you're gonna be president? Not in America. That's how it used to be. Now, in the United of these states, these ones right here, our president is a felon. Y'all not hearing? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Yeah, he do stuff. He do bad stuff as a person. That I don't care about all that. That's him. That's not my business. He's a literal felon. Public records. Felonies. Not one, multiple felonies.
Currently waiting to be sentenced on.
And here's the thing though. And then you didn't even go to court, nigga. You got to become president first, and then you're gonna go to court because don't they got like immunity or something?
No, he appealed it. So during an appeal, he was out, was able to do his
Cause
thing.
I'm like, the fuck? But they gonna get R. Kelly, but they gonna make sure they get Diddy. They gonna make sure they get Durk. Y'all see what's going on. They gonna make sure they try to keep Thug. Y'all saw what was going on. They gonna make sure all the black niggas that's Bill Cosby, our uncle. They gonna make sure they gonna keep our uncle, and he legally blind. But y'all got what? What? It's a joke. It's a joke. And here, from my mouth to the world's ears, America's a joke. I'm about to start playing the game. I'm over it. I'm not taking none of this shit serious no more. Because what? Our president is a felon. You think I'm going to take anything serious? Everything's a joke. Everything's a joke. All bets are off. I'm good. That's how I got to say.
I was interested in seeing what your generation had to say about that, because that's kind of crazy.
Bro, a lot of the people I know didn't even vote. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people that didn't vote.
Yeah.
As I feel, I don't want to have no parts in this bullshit. Y'all ain't gonna see my name under nothing. I ain't know none of that shit. I ain't in none of that shit. I ain't around none of that shit. I'm not in it. I'm not in it. I'm out of it.
So I wonder what the younger votes numbers are, because
like
I'm interested in that. But as a fellow villain, not an evil villain such as our president, but a fellow villain, I'm shocked. And it turns out all the shit they did tell us in school was false. That's no requirement for you to not be a felon. All you gotta do is be an American citizen, be over a certain age,
that's
and
it. You
have some money.
You can have some money and you can run over for being president.
So to all my villains out there, all my people, Trump has showed us the way. You know what I'm saying? Take all of your villainous deeds
for president 2056.
All of your hustling monies, all of your uptakings, and put it behind yourself to be president, because technically they can't stop you.
And you can. And baby, if they tell you can't, read they motherfucking rights on this election down, baby. Please.
Hey, if you could come up with a few hundred million, you too could become.
And I also heard that Elon Musk was paying people to vote for Trump, like millions of dollars paying niggas to vote for Trump. Which I feel like is crazy. It's not crazy, but it's crazy because
you gotta pay for what you want. If you gotta buy the vote, buy it. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Like ain't nobody out there paying for her to get no votes. So I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Okay, but can I also say I feel about this too, because this is real right here. Her husband's white. She's not president.
No,
I'm sorry.
Neither one of them. We were screwed regardless.
Either nigga, she fucking white nigga every night. There's no way. He probably plays golf with Trump. No,
we were screwed regardless.
Man, none of that shit, bro. I don't care.
We were screwed, and that's why I think a lot of people didn't vote, because
they're both jokes, bro. The world is a sick place right now, and all the research I've been doing, going back through this whole election. And even just in the past and all this shit, because once this shit started happening, I started doing back in the days research. Because I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is really gonna go down in history as nuts. Like,
I believe we are the official laughing stock of the world.
No, for real, because this is this right here, right? Okay, we'll come out right. Oh, she was black vice president. Boom. Okay, then she gets a chance to run. Not only run, but almost make it. How could America be racist if they have almost black president? Female, sorry, because we had Obama.
No, that's not the point.
Female. No.
America.
This is how I feel like they played in her face. They let her get right there, but they would never let her actually make it. I feel like they would never have let her actually make it.
But that's more sexist than it is racist.
But both ways, though. For real,
no, more sexist than it is racist. If it was a black dude upon his morals or something, he'd probably stood a better chance. It's been stated by old white men that there'll never be a woman running this country. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna let it happen.
But that's what I'm saying. They keep playing it and playing women up against men, knowing that they're not gonna do that. It's just like, ugh, everything's a joke. Uncle, please, because this shit is stupid. Like,
bro. Yeah, neither
So
one
you
of them.
got-
I need to know what the big fish got to say about this shit.
So you guys think that it was the
Okay.
inherent racism of America that won
Sure.
the election?
I think it was an inherent sexism of America.
I feel like it's been in the works for ages, and I feel like he got to run his little contract out, and then he won't, he done.
I believe it's the inherent sexism. This is why
Show that
Trump,
too. That's in there for sure.
the presidency. I don't think it had nothing to do with race. Not this time.
Got one
I mean, I do know the motherfuckers who voted for him is racist. He may be a little racist, but I don't think race drove this. I think it was male, female, and
part of it.
we'll never have an American female president. Not in our lifetimes, for sure. We got way too many old white people to get out the way for that to happen.
No one's asking the other important question.
What's the other important question?
Where the fuck is his family and his wife and them? Ain't nobody up there next to him. Who is this hoe that's standing next to Trump on that stage? Who is that? That is not Melania. Whatever her name is. That is not her.
She ain't fuck with him anyway.
So here's my theory. And guys' theory. I said theory, YouTube theory. I think Trump is really not here, and I think that's like a real bad example. Because where his family at? I think the real Trump is dead. Because where the fuck is his folks? Like, no one's around.
Yeah, his family stopped fucking with him after the first one. They all jumped up. Well, not all of them. His son still fuck with him.
But
His
it's
daughter,
not like
a little bit.
Like,
But his wife,
like, that's the first lady. What the fuck you at, child?
nah. She ain't the first lady no more. She got on. I think they in the middle of a divorce and everything right now. They ain't fucking around.
Okay, well that makes sense then.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
ain't.
about all that.
Yeah, she jumped off. She got the fuck out of there.
She's a smart woman because you see the damn sickness that she was dealing with.
I think that I think a number of things happen. I think that neither of you are wrong, but I don't think that either of those things are it.
Respect.
So Trump is just Trump,
Yeah.
right? And Trump is a natural phenomenon, right? Like what we have seen, how we have seen America respond to Trump is unlike anything that we've ever seen, right? Both the people that criticize him, you know, on the left, as well as, you know, these MAGA Republicans is a whole different breed of motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
What we do know is that, and they've been talking about this shit for 8 years, right? The base, the MAGA base, the base has taken over the Republican Party, right? And so you have this new type of Republican that they think of themselves as subscribing to all of the principles that America was supposed to be, that we have gotten away from because that's the shit that Trump be yelling, right? The middle class forgotten white man bullshit, right? But that's not who Trump is. Trump's a billionaire, right? So he's not that motherfucker, but he speaks that language good and he's relatable because of his celebrity, right? I think so. With that being said, I think Trump's base is going to be what it is. It's not a very big change from 2020, right? When he went up against Biden. The turnout, I'm saying, is there wasn't a marketable change or noticeable change in voter turnout for the Trump motherfuckers. However, the Democrats lost 15 million voters. 15 million voters. Now, that might not seem like shit for a motherfucker like me that lives in California. It's a blue state. My vote really ain't gonna really matter. You know, that type of shit is still gonna be a Kamala state. But in those those motherfucking
Swings.
those swing states where it made a difference.
They swung
it's
the
a
shit
whole
out.
Different scenario, right?
They swung the shit.
Right, and I watched some shit happen, man, that is disappointing, and for me, it's some I told you so shit. But it's one of those times where I don't stand happily in the I told you so. So what I mean is that, and I've been having this conversation for the last, 100 and some odd days and shit, right? So if we take it back all the way back to 2020, right? Biden was gonna lose. If Biden and any other running mate against the incumbent Trump was gonna lose, period, right?
Yeah, because it was already written in everything for him to become the president, so it doesn't matter.
No, not so much that, because if that was right, then that would have happened. So it wasn't written, right? So what happened was the Democrats were smart enough to see that the person who was running a strong race in the primary, in the Democratic primary, who simply ran out of money, which is funny as fuck, right? How do you run out of money and you are in the Senate? You know what I'm saying? You are the first African American woman that might have a shot at this, and the Democratic Party refused to give you more money. That's crazy. She literally had to drop out of the race, right? Remember when it was Biden and 12 other motherfuckers for the Democratic shit, right? She dropped out. Then I think she dropped out with the promise that if Biden wins the fucking nomination, he'll pick you as his vice presidential running mate, because it unifies the country and it unifies the Democratic Party. You get women, you get black folks, you get all the disenfranchised, marginalized groups, gay and lesbian groups, Asians. You get some of the more other marginalized people because of her different fights in the Senate. So she just was a good running mate, and she pushed him over the hump, but he barely beat Trump, right? Also, what was inherent in 2020 was, for us as black folks, a vote for Biden is a vote for Harris in 2024. We didn't expect Biden to do nothing but one term, get her lined up to be the incumbent fucking candidate for right now, and we just put all our support behind the first black female president, right? But what happened? They realized that she might not be electable. So what they did is they tried to position Biden for an extra 4 years, aside from the promise that kind of was inherently made to half of, the Democratic Party. So now, for 4 years, she don't do a fucking thing. She does what a vice president does. We don't hear fuck from the vice president. What vice president is famous as fuck for doing some shit? Spear Wagner? Like, just go back. You can't even tell me who half the vice presidents were. Go back 6 presidents. You couldn't tell me 4 vice presidents. The motherfuckers don't never do nothing, right? They just the vice president, right? They got a whole their office is not even in the White House. Like literally, right? Like a whole nother shit. And your most important job is being president of the fucking Senate. The tie-breaking vote. Of course, Kamala didn't really have to do much because you had a Democratic lead in the Senate for her for a whole 4 years. So she just sat up there and, they gave her the border and that's it. When she should have been over there talking to fucking Netanyahu, she should have been doing some vice presidential ambassador shit that the people could see. All right. But now you bring out fucking Biden as the unchallenged Democratic candidate. And we know Trump is running, right? And Biden is just a fucking disaster. But you won't let go of Biden until 110 days before the fucking election, when it's just obvious that you can't win with Biden and you might be able to win with Kamala. So for a guy like me, who, to get back to the point, a guy like me who is saying, I don't have no fucking interest in this presidential race with Biden and Trump. Neither one of these motherfuckers is talking to no interest that really makes a fucking difference to me. My life is still gonna be the same. Two old white motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about niggas. I ain't voting, man. I'm going to play golf. Right? That's how a nigga like me will feel. Most niggas that, you know, would be a toss-up of whether you're gonna vote or not. Not the staunch hard, you know, do your civic duty, you gotta vote, even if it's for a bad candidate. Not them motherfuckers, but the motherfuckers that generally would just sit it out, or in this case, now that we got the first Black woman that really has a chance since Shirley Chisholm, you know what, man? I'm gonna go out and vote, man. I'm gonna go. I want to kind of support the Black woman. I want to be on the right side of history. But let me see what she's talking about. Now you got 100 days to talk to me. And you don't say a motherfucking thing. You talk to every other group except me. Every other group except Black men. And then when you get 40 days from the fucking election and you start doing polling, and the polling is showing that, well, you losing a lot of Black men and Hispanic men as well. What do? You go get the Black dad to come and chastise me. Tell me that I'm not Black, basically, if I don't vote for the sister. Fuck my interests. If you got any questions, don't think about your questions. Just vote right. Vote the right thing. What the fuck are you talking about, man? And how do you even talk to a nigga like that?
Who was
And
this?
I got Obama.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear none of that.
Oh,
Man, Obama showed his motherfucking ass.
he did for sure. I seen some.
Obama showed his ass, man. I'm talking about some real
I was like,
finger wagging shit, right?
No.
Look, for all you Black men who are thinking about sitting this one out, and you're thinking about, you know, she's not Black or she's not dealing with your issues. Hey, man, you know, you got to make a choice, man. You got to vote for, you know, you got to vote your conscience, man. You know, like you got to be on the right side of this thing here. What the fuck are you talking about, man? You telling me don't ask no questions? Don't ask you to
that's
speak
what
to
his
the
black. That's
issue?
what his little stupid Black ass doing.
And so what that did is you had, because I watched it in social media and in the space that we're in, a lot of, for lack of a better word, I'll just say a lot of hip hop Black men, right? Black men of the hip hop generation was on some questioning Kamala shit and really on some, who the fuck do Obama think he is? I'm talking about motherfuckers like Lord Jamar. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas that got like something to say, like a nigga would listen to what they saying. And what they saying is, how dare these motherfuckers tell us we can't ask no questions? They're addressing everybody else's shit but ours. So you know what, man? I ain't gonna vote for Trump because this motherfucker's a clown. But man, I ain't gonna vote for her either. And so you saw a whole lot of motherfuckers not go vote. 15 million less people voted for the Democratic Party than 4 years ago. You guys did it to yourselves, man. Like, it was a great opportunity. And Kamala, you know, as much as I want her to win, like, you know, I'm a California boy, and, you know, I don't give a fuck about her being an attorney general and district attorney, and, you know, because I don't look at it as though she's on the opposite side. I'm a grown ass man. I was in the game because I was in the game. So, you know, whenever I got arrested, I went to the penitentiary. I'm one of the niggas that went to the penitentiary for a pound of weed. Kamala Harris never showed up in my trial. Not one time. She didn't say nothing at my sentencing, didn't write a report, letter, nothing. So I don't know, you know, all this shit about she locked up a bunch of niggas in California for weed and da-da-da. No, she didn't. She just happened to be the attorney general. The laws are decided by the people in the legislature. You know, she's just one motherfucker, you know, and she did her job and she did it well. And so I root for her.
Well enough to almost get there.
Yeah, I rooted for her to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot
against my best interest. Because again, this would be she's in 2020 when Ice Cube went to the Harris Biden campaign before he went to the Trump campaign and said, look, I got this motherfucking document. It's been worked on by scholars and some more shit. These are the issues of Black America. We need you guys to take a look and have a conversation about it. And they said, we won't talk to you guys until and unless we are elected, because we can't do nothing right now anyway. They wouldn't even meet with Q. And then they got elected. And then they still never met with Q. Yeah. So to me, it's always been fuck you niggas.
It still is. It always is.
You know what I'm saying? So again, this is a president who has, if she would have become a president, I have no indication that she would have been on anything that would have been a benefit to me as a group. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's why she didn't talk to us as Black men, because she don't give a fuck about Black men. Period.
Her husband is white.
My point. And again, you know, I don't want this to be, you know, I don't want this to be taken as, you know, how, you know, because a lot of the speeches now, anything that you say critical about Kamala is you know, anti-woman, misogynist, anti-Black, blah 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 blah. If you're a nigga, you self-hating, all this kind of shit.
Oh, I'm saying, hate myself. I'm the best.
Yeah, why am I not allowed to ask questions? Hey, even worse. Hey, I'll take it even more extreme than that, right? And this really pissed me off. On the next morning, I'm on Facebook, wake up. First thing that I see is black men and Hispanics voted Trump's ass in the office. This is from a black woman in one of these groups that I'm in, a debate group on Facebook. Black men and Hispanics voted Trump's ass in the office. I swear to God, y'all can't never support a black woman. What the fuck? I immediately go, you know me, I'm gonna go look some shit up. I ain't just taking it because you said it. And the first thing that I see in the chart is 80% of voting black men voted for Kamala Harris. 80%. So 80% of anything is a win. 80% on a fucking SAT test is like a 1430. It gets you into college. What the fuck are you talking about? How is that not a win? You mean to tell me that 1/5 of motherfuckers can't disagree with you and just be on the other side? It's a political fucking conversation. Motherfuckers cannot choose to think that they don't only 20% of the voting black men thought that the Republicans had something more better to offer them than the Democrats. Right? And we counting motherfuckers that may have been lifelong Republicans. Just 20% of voting black men, 1/5. And the sister considered that a loss.
So, two things for me, right? I am a free citizen of these here United States. I can vote for who the fuck I want to vote for.
Fuck you want to vote for. You got you right.
And I didn't vote because Kanye West was not on the ballot, nigga.
Come on, nigga. Come on. Because I thought it was Ye for 2024. What the hell happened?
You know what I mean?
What happened?
I didn't have my man on the ballot. I was heartbroken.
That was now that right there is the realest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. I mean, either way it go, we got 4 years of this shit, so buckle up.
I ain't buckling shit. I told you it's a game to me.
I personally don't think he gonna make it.
Goddamn thing. I was riding the whip. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think he gonna make it through the phone. I think he gonna get impeached before the phone, or something else gonna happen. I gotta quit using presidential hate slander on this bitch. But then I think that, but I don't think he'll be here for the two though.
I think Trump is the perfect red herring, right? What I mean is that Trump talks that shit, so we pay attention to him. You know, he talk that foul shit, say whatever the fuck is on his mind, shit. You be like, what the fuck? But in reality, the president, just as an office, right, is limited in their power.
Yeah, they don't really.
Know what I'm saying? I think that's a real worry, and everybody trying to talk this Kamala shit, right? What motherfuckers ain't talking about is all them fucking seats in the fucking Senate that motherfuckers that the Democrats lost.
Yep.
That's what we got to worry about. And the fucking Supreme Court, right? Because again, we say, oh yeah, well, Trump he might be able to get 2 two more Supreme Court seats. He don't just get to sign a paper and the motherfucker got the job. It's a whole Senate motherfucking committee that vote them in. The Senate got to vote them in. It's the Senate that vote them in. If you don't got a motherfucking Republican Senate, you ain't got to worry about the goddamn Supreme Court.
Oh, but
you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. If you can stack the fucking Senate and then stack the Senate Judiciary Committee, you can just every time he put up a motherfucker you don't want. That's what they did with Obama. Obama had to leave the seat open because Congress wouldn't confirm his fucking candidate. That's how Trump got the first motherfucking seat.
Presidency. Yeah.
The first Supreme Court justice, the first one that he put in. Yeah. Because it was an open seat left because Congress wouldn't allow Obama to fill the fucking seat. You had a Republican fucking Senate at the time and shit, right? The same Senate that wouldn't let Obama get shit done. Right. So again, Trump is just one motherfucker, right? But the problem is that all three branches of the government is going to look like it's going to be ran by the Republicans, which, you know, look, I consider myself a rich nigga who just ain't got rich yet, right? So I expect to be in that big tax bracket and have all those benefits and shit that niggas is talking about, like deregulation and like, I want all that shit, man. I'm just tell you the truth, right? The Democratic package has never really had nothing that appealed to me. It has shit that appealed to me for my people. You feel what I'm saying? To disenfranchise the motherfuckers that's been, you know, discriminated against, you know, that kind of shit, right? So I want those kinds of protections for my people. But look, I'm the nigga that by the time I got to junior high school, that free lunch that my mama used to sign up for every year, I never was going to get that shit, man. If I had 65 cents to get me a honey bun and a motherfucking orange juice, then we just wasn't eating. I ain't going in that motherfucking free lunch shit. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want none of that fucking free shit. Right? Yeah. But I want you to have the opportunity to have it if for whatever reason you can't go get some shit for yourself.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm not really a Democratic motherfucker like that. He know my position on that. I think that most street niggas is more conservative in our actions than we are, you know what I'm saying, in our thoughts.
Yeah, I'm not either. I work hard for my money. And I get some more when I get it, and then I hate for a motherfucker to take it because I'm working for it. I'm more Republican than anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to pay no taxes for no motherfuckers to be leaning all up on my money. I'm not trying to be doing none of that.
Bullshit. I'm not trying to do none of this y'all talking about. I'm just trying to live.
I am concerned about, you know, shit like the influence of the religious right, because that's where the abortion shit comes from, right?
Right.
And everybody thinks that is, conservative politics. I watched a whole documentary on how that shit unfolded in the 80s and shit, like right at the Reagan time and shit, where they actually put together some political action groups that targeted the fucking Christians, right? The Bible Belt, because they was getting fucked over on the tax shit, right? A lot of those churches wasn't being, what happened was a lot of the churches in the Bible Belt had parochial schools attached to them. And then the Fed said, well, you got to integrate your school if you want these matching federal funds. But they was like, fuck that. This is planned country. We ain't fucking with y'all. So what they did is they linked up with the conservatives who funded them and then had them preach on the pulpit right-wing politics with the abortion shit as the figurehead, because the abortion shit goes right to the, you know, the Bible thumping beliefs, right? The pro-life shit. The conservatives don't give a fuck about pro-life. They're concerned about regulations, taxations, government intervention, that kind of shit. So what's the best thing to do? You mobilize a big group of motherfuckers who probably wasn't thinking about politics because they into God and spirituality and, you know what I'm saying, living right. And then all of a sudden on Sunday, the preacher is talking about these left-wing sons of Sunday, whoop, whoop, and they are the devil incarnate. You see, they're preaching for the gays, and they want our children to be gay. They want to snatch the babies out of the womb. That kind of shit. 30 years later, we got Trump.
That's how that should happen.
Love that.
That's how that should happen. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
But you know,
I didn't want to take over
we got, yeah, we gotta kind of move it. But yeah, we got my boy Thugger, man. He low key kind of free.
I mean,
Sort of
out,
free.
so that's what matters. Okay.
Man, my man.
Young
said-
Thug is home is all I need to see. Period. At the end, nothing else. Young Thug is home is all I needed to see right there.
Yeah, but is he though? Because this nigga on the cold leash though. You know what I'm saying? He on the cold leash. This nigga can't even. Nigga, you need to just go in the house and just make music for the next 10 years. Just don't
I
even
mean,
go
might
nowhere.
as well, why not? We need it. Shit.
Nah, do that. Yeah, but I'm saying this nigga, boy. I mean, he free. He on the streets.
Yeah, I
That
was about to
nigga
say
free.
he's doing what he's doing. Fuck it.
Yeah, he's free, nigga. That nigga got a cold leash on him. My man is on 15 years probation. Do you know, nigga? And this ain't like regular summary probation, nigga, where you ain't gotta go report to nobody and just call in and shit. This nigga on probation, right? Being monitored, can't do nothing. Probably go get slid in for drug tests and shit. Like, this nigga on probation, nigga. That's different. Like, that's different. But he pled to all that shit. They got out of there. That nigga home. Free my nigga Thugger for sure.
Okay, Young Thug is home. Just all I
Yeah,
need
they
to see.
Right.
Man,
That,
told you.
First 7 years is crazy.
I
Told you.
think the deal is a booby trap, right? But I think that
Right quick.
all joint suspension is a booby trap. If you ain't, like you say, if you can just stay inside, move
Nigga,
to
you
another
can't go.
community,
No.
change
Anybody
your fucking
incite
name. Yeah, like nigga.
Anybody
you can't-
incite you to any bullshit, nigga? Anybody? Somebody leave some bullshit in your car, man.
So they shit was again a lot more interesting than the headlines reads. A lot of motherfuckers think the trial is over with, right? Which it ain't, right? You just had 4 people take deals after the prosecution just been fucking up.
Yeah,
doing all
that's
kinds of wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
on
been
trial.
a number of errors on the prosecution side and motions for mistrials that probably should have been granted, just out of laziness or just outright just being fucking sneaky and dirty, which I don't put past the prosecution, right? But this new judge that has gotten on the case has really just been trying. She actually said it. She was trying to preserve the fact that we 11 months into this trial, not counting 8 months of additional jury selection. And the thing about it is that, for people that don't know, so when you ask for a motion for a mistrial, you're saying something happened that was prejudicial to the defense, and that this whole case just needs to be thrown out because the jury is not going to be able to disregard whatever it was that they heard. They won't be able to be fair, and it's prejudicial to the defense. You have 2 ways of having a mistrial: with prejudice and without prejudice. With prejudice means the case is thrown out and the state can never bring the case again. Without prejudice, which is generally what we see in a lot of cases where we hear, especially these high profile cases where we hear there was a mistrial, without prejudice allows the state to bring the case up again. It's like a restart. And so, like in YNW Melly case, He got a mistrial and his ass is still in jail. They about to retry his ass again, and a whole bunch of other people like that. So
I know that.
that
Was, sure.
was
They did that my trial twice.
right. So that was what the quandary was when they stumbled across the 150,000th fucking error that looks like it was. It looked like it was almost purposely done by the state. Had a witness on the stand, testified to some shit in front of the jury that the jury should not be hearing, right?
Right.
And so, again, the motion for mistrial was made, and again, you would think that it was going to be denied, but this time, the judge said, well, I'm not going to issue a mistrial with prejudice because I don't think that the prosecutor intended for this testimony to come out. Would you like one without prejudice? Like, what the fuck? So that's kind of indicative that she would grant the mistrial if you make a motion for it. And the little lady, Miss Attorney Westmoreland, who is, I forgot which one of the defendants, her and her law partner defends. She said yes. Now the problem and why the plea deals came is because you had some technical shit going on behind the scene. So specifically, Young Thug is the only one out of the 6, 7, 8 defendants or whatever it was that was still in that court that hadn't been separated. He's the only one who asked for a quick and speedy trial, right? Mm-hmm. The jury selection ran out almost all of the time on his quick and speedy, right? Mm-hmm. For them to start trial. They have 2 terms of court to start trial. Okay. Those 2 terms of court almost ran out with jury selection. If they gave him a mistrial without prejudice, and they tried to try him again, they wouldn't be able to impanel a jury in enough time for Thug. Thug is the head of the case, right? So I think the Thug's thing was, well, it's only in my benefit, right? If we take this mistrial, everybody else got to start over again, and we win in the case, or it seems like we win in the case. But you never know juries. You know what I'm saying? And you got all this stuff. Like, these niggas is looking at life. Like, Thug is charged with a murder. He ain't had nothing to do. 2 of them. Well, no, he wasn't charged with the murder, but the murders is in the RICO, right? Right. Charge 1. So all you have to do is be found guilty of the RICO, any overt act in the RICO, and you get the whole thing.
All that they come with it.
Everything that come with it.
RICO and all the homies.
So I think that you know, when a couple of the niggas who's already doing time, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is, you know, getting to the end of their shit, and all of a sudden you back in court on a RICO for the shit that you already doing time for. I think that them niggas was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna take this. Whoop. You got the one nigga that's got the murder case. I watched his fucking appeal. He got the white girl, he got the one, he got Brian Steele, and the white girl got his co-defendant. What's her name? Melnick or something like that. The white girl that came in there that she been knocking down shit. But anyway, so with Thug, I think that he was Ashley Merchant. That's right. I think that Thug probably was kind of falling on his sword for everybody else, because everybody else's then is a trip. Because you asked me this earlier in the text, and I was like, this nigga's on his research and shit, right? But everybody else had negotiated pleas, right? The people that took pleas. That means that you have an agreement with the prosecution on what it is that they're going to request in terms of your sentencing.
Okay.
Thug had an open plea. They couldn't even the prosecution would not bend with Thug. They didn't agree on anything. Thug pled to every charge that he was charged with, and then threw itself on the mercy of the court. Like Thug could have literally walked away with 40 years. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a fucking. That's why I say this nigga kind of threw itself on the sword for the homies type of shit, right? For everybody else to kind of get their deals and get rid of this shit, and then him to get off the case. But the deal is shitty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? 8 charges. You basically got 40 years, but everything's running concurrently, so it's really 5 years. Time served with 15 years probation, because all of them is 5 to 20s. So you got 5 years served, 15 years probation, and then you got another set of 20-year sentences running concurrently together.
Hanging over. You do anything, you getting that. Come get that. Pick that up on your way in, nigga.
No, we gonna fuck with you on the probation shit, right? Because remember, you violate you on the probation shit, right? Probation violation, they give you a year in the fucking county jail. So you got 15 years worth of that shit, right? And then after that, if they decide that you was in violation of the probation at any time, they can knock you over the head with this joint suspension. That's back, because it's backlog. It's not a joint suspension like I violate probation right now. Boom, give me my time. Let me go to the pen and do it. No, nigga, it's finished probation. And then we're going to make a determination about this dub on the back end.
And the only way you can escape that dub is if you're an angel for 15 fucking years.
You're fucking right. You're fucking right. That's the craziest shit ever. Like
the only way you can avoid that.
And it's really crazy when you think about it. Like you was the only one who would have benefited from the mistrial. Like you could have really just pushed that button. Like, oh no, the mistrial would. Thug couldn't have moved for the mistrial because the prejudicial information that came out on the stand with the Booty Lee nigga. It didn't involve him. It was prejudicial toward Shannon Stillwell. Or was it Shannon Stillwell? Or one of them niggas.
Hey, this nigga Thug, man.
Quay. Yeah, one of the Quay niggas. One of the Quays.
That's a cold hit.
Quay?
But hey, my nigga free though. So I hope that nigga.
Yeah, today. You see what the nigga's first tweet was, right?
No, where was it? I ain't see it.
Some shit about he tweeted Lil Baby, and he was like something, you know, let's drop some shit on these rat niggas' heads or some shit like hashtag YSL slime life. Like, nigga, really?
Good day.
I guess he said shit. I pled to it. Shit, I can still claim it. What?
All right. Yeah. I mean, hey. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we got last topic. My main man, Lil Durk, man.
Yeah.
Putting bags on people's heads and things and getting caught up for it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Rest in peace to everybody involved who did lose their life, because that's crazy. That's crazy. So, and they facing him with some more charges too. I was looking at today that they hit him with some more charges. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know he's gonna be facing life at first. I wonder how that's gonna play out. I know he came after a couple other motherfuckers got arrested, so I'm pretty sure he got snitched on. I mean, you know, if that goes without saying. I don't know, man. It's not looking good for the home team. You know what I'm saying?
That's sickness. Durk was added to the acquittal as convicted Minimum sentence, life in federal prison. What the fuck, that? You done left India out here like that, now some man about to be clapping her cheeks while you in jail for that.
Hey, the feds, man, they don't fuck around.
Clapping cheeks is wild. What the fuck?
Now his girl, he get life. That's a wrap.
Love India like they. I'm telling you, no shade, Alti. These have been waiting for this day. The niggas have been waiting for him to go down because as soon as he's gone, they're going out.
Like a pack of piranhas, they gonna be on
I'm
him.
talking about they own India body heavy. So they've been waiting respectfully. Like I'm telling you, they love that shit. They can wait. Niggas is literally like this. Watching the trial close, like, ooh, I'm about to get her.
Oh, that was in the YSL shit. That shit was hilarious. Y'all know about this?
Was he reciting lyrics or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing. Either lyrics or a quote from an Instagram. I think it was lyrics though, right? And she just read it right out. You know, something we gonna something with these niggas, something. And she just read that shit like it wasn't nothing. The whole court was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then she came back after the break and gave an apology. Like somebody must have told her, you know, you should, because that's what it was everybody else that was reading the statement or the lyrics or whatever would replace niggas with people or N-word, right? And she just read that shit out. Like it's on the paper, goddamn it. It's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was an Instagram comment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was.
She came back on the bench and apologized, a long ass apology too. It was a white person apology. Like, oh my God, did I say that? It was one of them.
Hey, she was reading it though. Hey, she was reading the quote. If she'd said quote before that, and I quote, whoop, 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 at the nigga, gonna get whatever. Then she'd have been justified. If she said, you can't be mad.
Yeah,
she put what the man said.
Look, it did roll right off her tongue. She didn't hesitate. Right. It was like she didn't even realize she said nothing wrong. It was in the natural course of the day. We talk like this all the time. What?
Heard people say nigga too. They just don't say it in front of us.
Look, nigga, it was not with the ER.
Hey, were we not down south though? Were we not, ladies and gentlemen? They are accustomed to the word nigga down south. You know what I'm saying? Of course it rolled off the tongue. But the R rolled out. You know what I'm saying? She be in there quoting Jay-Z lyrics too. Don't get
no hard R's in this bitch.
I don't know about the hard R. I don't know about that.
No, down south they're accustomed to the hard R and without the hard R.
If I get a hard R down here, I'm moving.
Or nigga, well, you gonna hear it one day.
I ain't been hard in Georgia yet, so let me catch one. I'm about this motherfucker. Let me tell you something.
I think you'll catch one.
I'm going to tell you something about this bitch.
That shit was hilarious.
Hey, we in California, man. It's real PC for us, nigga. They make sure these people run shit around here. They make sure they don't fuck around and lose all the votes, nigga.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Simone Hilton, when she said it, I think she might have turned back and looked back at the camera or some shit. Right? It was like, what the fuck?
And she was ready for it. This was hilarious. Hey, it's her time to shine. Goddamn it! I get to say this one time only in public. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yes, sir.
That shit was fun as fuck. Right?
Like to broke that joint, right? Hey.
Oh shit.
White people and the word nigga is not foreign. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
What is this spamming in some
Pam Grier or Bernadette Staines, the daughter on Good Times, who is more beautiful?
These nuts.
However, though, Pam
We're gonna give you some love, Angel.
A little bit. Hey, Pam Grier is classic beauty for sure.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Bernadette James was bad,
Can't
but
go
Pam
wrong
Grier,
with coffee.
man,
Can't go wrong with shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
man, yeah. Black men have been loving on Pam Grier for a long time.
Yeah,
Long time.
I
Yeah, you
think they
can't.
might have been the first real Chi-Chis I seen, and they was on a
Hey.
big ass screen at the drive-in.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, been loving on Pam Grier for a long time.
First real Chi-Chi.
Yeah. However, my daughter don't know nothing about that.
Look,
That's why I look. Y'all heard my response. D.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
are most
I don't know who they are. I don't know who that
father
is.
daughter
Somebody-
podcast.
it's-
Miss
that's
Angel,
it.
you got a couple more age bridging questions because she has
No,
no
I answered it perfectly fine.
Thelma never really was no Thelma wasn't a piece like that though. You know, Thelma, especially because she used to get them JJ jokes. So, you know, Thelma was like, you know, your skinny ass sister that you never would like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thelma wasn't a piece like that.
Right.
Until
Thelma
the
was
nigga
cool.
got grown and looked back and was like, Thelma should have been on fucking Soul Train or something, right? But
Right.
when you know,
But
the good
Pam
times,
Grier,
time, you was
Pam
like,
Grier.
damn, Thelma.
Pam Grier always got it though from the beginning.
Always. He was like, oh my God, that's
Even to right now, God damn it, she don't look bad as a
oh,
motherfucker.
right there.
Yeah, like for a
Not
long
that
time.
so long, man.
Long time.
Where are y'all alive when Tupac died in 1996? He was great.
That's so fucking
Okay.
hilarious.
What's finna happen is we about to wrap
Right,
this show up.
right,
I got
right,
other shit to
right.
do. Thank you, Angel, for your support. You're great. Tell somebody else to support. You hit us on a different show. We'll answer all your questions. You know what I'm saying?
Like, in 1996, the real one was alive.
Make sure you hit that subscribe, Angel button for sure. I see you on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Everybody else do the same. We love y'all. This was a great episode back, y'all. For sure. We'll see y'all next Saturday. I got to get the hell up out of here. So, peace.
Hey.
Peace.